What does conscious cannabis culture mean to you?
What I've really been putting forward is the notion that today we have a cannabis culture which is immature. It's kind of mixed up with different variations. It's kind of like a fun, silly stoner culture. I call it like Seth Rogen, Harold and Kumar, kind of get high on the couch, do video games. There's like a hip hop, urban West Coast culture. There's also European variations of this street culture. And then there's kind of like a Bob Marley white guy with dreadlocks, raw papers, hippie culture. And so what I'm really advancing is something that's not any of those things. I want to give appreciation, respect to those things. I want to engage a conversation with people who are passionate about cannabis. But conscious cannabis culture is about cannabis use that is intentional. It's about cannabis being brought in a way that is responsible, that increases our responsivity to the world, to our lives. Ultimately, utilizing cannabis in a way that is in service of life, in service of our well-being. And I can get more into that, but for me, it's about contextualizing cannabis, not just in the cannabis conversation, which can be kind of fragmented and viewed in isolation, but really seeing it as part of the whole, thinking about how it relates to issues of collective trauma healing, and the health of society, which is really important to our functioning capacity to make sense, to uphold the values and freedoms that we have. And yeah, it's also about developing a creativity and capacity to address the problems of the day. And I think as we look around, there is a feeling that the civilizational game is kind of coming to a crisis point, and we kind of know what the problems are, but there's a sort of paralysis in how to address them, how to organize, how to make sense together, and so on. And so this is sort of part of the sobering, I guess, aspect of what I want to bring into cannabis conversation. But hopefully it's something that actually uplifts, enables, increases the sovereignty, the capacity of people who are passionate about cannabis, who use cannabis part of their lives, and also reaching out to people who, could benefit from conscious cannabis use as well.